And then when I found out that what happens to her near the end of the film, I just dropped my jaw and said, no! From the bottom of my heart, because that was really, really low of Ano.
But we won't tell you.
It added a lot more emotional connection to Shinji, and it made him do more as a response than in the original show. But I still hate Ano for that very reason, that he downplayed Asuka. He downplayed one of the better characters in the show and made her almost a minor character.
Yeah.
I mean, Asuka's very different from when she was in the show. She still has the attitude, she still has all this, but since this film is new, they had to change Asuka. Like in the original show, Asuka hates dolls. In this, she has a puppet. So she clearly likes dolls enough to play with them.
Yeah.
She doesn't like Rey. She still calls Rey Wonder Girl. Which is a very, very good thing, considering that I also find myself calling Rey Wonder Girl at any opportunity that I really just start thinking like Asuka would for that kind of thing. And to be perfectly honest, Asuka is my favorite character. Shinji's a wuss, but he mans up. He mans up. The end of the film has one of the awesomest scenes I've seen in an animated film ever.
But we can't spoil it.
We cannot tell you. It's just that awesome.
If you want to be spoiled, look it up online.
Yep. Go look it up somewhere else. But it was just awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Now, albeit it involved him and Rey doing something, and being Rey, I don't like it, but I like it because it was awesome. If it was Asuka instead of Rey, that would have been the best scene ever.
I know.
Fanboy moment.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, music-wise, the entire soundtrack is brand new for the thing, and it works. Every track fits the scene perfectly.
Yeah.
The person in charge of the music knew what they were doing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The redesign for the plug suits is still prominent, and it feels better because you can actually notice it more. It introduces, because this is the post-credit thing, it's really not important. The film introduces Unit 5 early on and Unit 6 later on, as well as Unit 2, but we already expected that considering it's Asuka. It also introduces Unit 3, and we all know, if you're Evangelion fans, you know what happens to Unit 3. If you're not, and you're interested, watch the movie and find out what happens.
Yeah.
Or watch the show, doesn't matter. That was one of my favorite high points in the show, considering that I didn't really... You know what, I'm not going to spoil the show that much. Like, I spoiled the end of Evangelion, because, quite frankly, if you can get through the first 10 minutes of the film, you shouldn't care about spoilers, considering the first 10 minutes are really weird. But that's really all I have to say. The story itself feels better, more refined. It was because of the rebuild of Evangelion 2, well, specifically this movie, that I actually went back and watched Evangelion again before I watched this movie. And watched the movie the second time. And I watched it in both dub and sub, and I honestly really like the dub. It feels more natural.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, there's a scene in the movie where Shinji's freaking out in his Eva because he can't do anything because something's happening. We can't tell you why. But he's in the original thing, he's just saying stop over and over and over again. In this, he's saying stop, but he's shifting his tone ever so slightly to sound more nervous and fearful every time he says it.
If you know what scene that is, then
yeah, if you know what the scene that is, then you're good. If you don't, just watch the movie. Really isn't a lot to say that we can say without spoilers, but the film leaves you wanting more by the end of it. If you don't want to see the next film, you have no soul.
Yeah, I can't wait for 3.0.
Yes, Evangelion 3.33, because that's how it's going to be released over here, not 3.0. That's the theatrical version.
Oh, yeah.
Which is also called Evangelion Q, or Evangelion Quickening in Japan. Here, we get different titles. And from what I've heard about number 3.33, it will be called You Will Not Understand, but that's just a speculation that I heard from somewhere, so don't take my word for it.
And there's 4.0 that they said.
4.44 doesn't have a title yet.
Yeah, I know, but it says
it's going to be released the same day in theaters as 3.33. So,
which is cool.
Which is kind of cool, considering that means Funimation, because they're going to obviously get the license for it. Yeah. They're going to get it, do their thing with it.
Because they're popular.
Because it's popular, and because 2.22 obviously sold a lot.
Yeah, same as Summer Wars.
One sold less than 2 did.
Yeah.
Apparently people don't understand that I'm on a call in a recording. Anyway, there isn't really much, as I said before, there's not much we can really say without giving it a lot away. The only thing that I can say is when 3.33 comes out, you'll be damned if we don't review it. You'll be damned if we don't review it.
Yeah.
I intend as in Shiro of the Haze, intend to do a full written review of the Evangelion manga when I finish it, as well as the spin-off mangas. I'm going to do the original show, considering that Matt hasn't finished it, or he finished it and he just doesn't remember it.
Yeah.
I finished it recently, so I can review it easier. I'm probably going to do a written review of these to give my more inner deep thoughts on how the film was made that we can't capture in audio due to YouTube's time limit. But that's it from my thing our thing, even though I did most of the talking. For Ava 2.22, you cannot advance. I give the film a freaking 4.5 out of 5. There's only one thing I don't like about it, and that's really Asuka's downplayed. Too much. They make her feel not as important, and the way she's taken out of the picture of the film just kind of
makes you want to lose it.
It makes me want to kill the director, but other than that, I loved the film. It was a spectacular film, and that's all I can really say. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. What do you give it, Matt?
4.5 out of 5.
Because you were also irked by the fact that Asuka was downplayed?
Yeah.
Considering that she's super important to the series?
Yeah, she's like one of the main characters.
Exactly, and then they downplayed her. Also, I should mention this because we didn't do it last time. Kaoru, the guy that Matt commented because he thought before that I thought he thought I was talking about because I thought he was gay or something. Kaoru's voice in this movie, I can't remember who does it. He's the kid with the white hair and the red eyes that you see near the end of each film, or in this film you see him. In this film, you see him around 30 minutes in, give or take, on the moon, and his voice for the films is awesome.
I know.
I like the post-credits thing in this film, and I'm going to say his line in that film because it is awesome. The time has come, Shinji Ikari, and I promise you true happiness. Or something like that.
Yeah, that's the right line.
I feel like I felt like I butchered that, but I don't care. If you like this review, give it a thumbs up on here. If you don't,
we're going to kill you.
We'll send Ava Unit 2 and 1 to go kill you. If you have your own thoughts about the film, please you can comment below, or you can visit our forum at forum.japananimenews.info, which will be linked down in the down bar. We also have a link to our site, japananime.info.
Anime news.
Sorry, okay? Website's linked down below. The forum's linked down below. So, as most YouTubers would say, rate, comment, subscribe if you liked us, which I don't really, that got across well, but whatever. You can visit our site, and right now we have very little content due to I'm new to the site, and Matt's been busy with other things he doesn't need to disclose on the internet. Unless he wants to tell everyone that he's a big World of Warcraft nerd.
Shut up!
So, yeah, if you want to... I'm going to have more written reviews up there right now. Right at this moment, I have a written review for an anime I mentioned earlier, Puella Magi Madoka Magica. If you want to read the review, it's on the website. You can also read a review of Hellgirl
Lucy.
And Lucy.
Fist of the North Star's Kim's Rage.
And you can also see Matt's newest reviews, the review of the movie Summer Wars. You can expect more written reviews in the future.
Yeah.
That's really all there is we can say. Unsure of the Haze, and he's Matt R. Live, and we're signing off.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah.